Hello everyone, my name is Harjamedji from Aeronautical Engineering. In this presentation, I am going to discuss about my Tech Talk concept review of nonlinear conductivity theory research of modified composite materials. As we know that composite material is a combination of two materials. We are producing composite materials to increase the strength and to increase the fatigue and toughness of the material, which results in great withstand capacity of loads. Composite materials are very high resistive and lightweight materials, and it has high impact strength. And now we will discuss review of nonlinear conductivity theory research of modified composite materials. Abstract. Nonlinear conductivity dielectric is widely used today to solve high energy discharge problems in many fields such as spacecraft, charging and modern insulation. This presentation summarized the research about the nonlinear conductivity theory of composite materials. In particular, the key issues about nonlinear conductivity studies of composite materials are proposed. The nonlinear conductivity mechanisms of two typical fieldless particles SiC and Z&O are introduced. In addition, two kinds of nonlinear conductivity theory, including the traditional dielectric conduction theory and the polymer conduction theory, are reviewed. Several mechanisms in each of the conduction theories are analyzed, and also the advantages and disadvantages of these theories are presented in detail. Thus, the purpose of this presentation is to let the researchers know the nonlinear conductivity research status fully. Abstract. Nonlinear conductivity dielectric is widely used today to solve high energy discharge problems in many fields such as spacecrafts, charging and modern insulation. This presentation summarized the research about the nonlinear conductivity theory of composite materials. In particular, the key issues about nonlinear conductivity studies of composite materials are proposed. The nonlinear conductivity mechanism of two typical filler materials, silicon carbide and zinc oxide, are introduced. In addition, two kinds of nonlinear conductivity theory, including the traditional dielectric conduction theory and the polymer conduction theory, are reviewed. Several mechanisms in each of the conduction theories are analyzed, and also the advantages and disadvantages of these theories are presented in detail. Thus, the purpose of this presentation is to let the researchers know the nonlinear conductivity research status fully. Introduction. Nowadays, polymers are widely used in spacecraft dielectrics because of its excellent insulation performance. But high energy electrons by irradiation in space plasma environment can penetrate the spacecraft surface and finally accumulate inside the dielectrics that can make dielectrics deep charged, which can lead to discharge pulses to occur. This may seriously affect the normal operation of spacecraft. For example, the electrons accumulation leads to the destruction of solar panels. Therefore, in order to solve this problem, researchers have created a kind of special material whose conductivity can change as electric fields increases. People call this material property as nonlinear conductivity. Therefore, in order to solve this problem, researchers have created a kind of special material whose conductivity can change as electric field increases. People call this material property as nonlinear conductivity. This kind of material usually is also called smart insulation material. Many studies have shown that using smart insulation materials with their nonlinear conductivity properties on spacecraft can reduce or eliminate the discharge pulse frequency, thus achieving an anti-static purpose. As we as as we all know, the conductivity of nonlinear materials can be present an exponential increase with increase in electric field under a high electric field condition. When the high energy electrons accumulate in the material to a certain degree, the internal potential in the dielectrics will increase. However, due to the nonlinear conductivity property of the smart materials conductivity can rise instantly and make the accumulator charges fast release. This can reduce the risk of spacecraft charging radiation. Several key issues involved in charge transport way. At present, the common way to prepare the modified composite materials is adding nano or microfiller to based polymer resin. But the modified composite materials have complicated physico-chemical structures. When an electric field is applied, it would like to become much complicated to study how the internal carriers transmit in material inside. In a general way, in order to explore the charge transport mechanism of nonlinear conductivity materials, assume that there are two conductive paths existing: the Ohm conductivity path and nonlinear conductivity path. Represents the resistance of modified filler. R2 represents the equivalent resistance of other reinforced material. All the represents PA. Conductivity theory. Until now, about the research of conductive composite polymers, there are many conduction theories which have been considered. One is the classic conductivity theory, another is the derived conduction theory. The classic conductivity theories are follows: open conduction theory, second Scotty effect, and third one Pauli-Frenkel effect, fourth one tunneling effect, fifth one space charge limited current effect. The derived conduction theories of polymer are percolation theory, effective medium theory, tunneling effect conductivity theory, field emission theory. Of course, there are also other conductive mechanisms excited, but due to the instatic structure complexity of dielectric, it has not yet built a unified theory which can explain all the nonlinear conductivity phenomena until now. So, aiming at the nonlinear mechanism explanation at present, research just can use several kinds of conductivity mechanism together to interrupt the nonlinear conductivity behavior of components materials. Conclusion: the purpose of this work is to summarize the nonlinear conductivity theory status of composite materials at home and abroad. Two important contributions of this research works as follows. Two key problems about non-linear conductance in composite materials are described. They are the charge transport pathway and the conductivity theory. When the charges are transmitting within a composite material, they would pass through two regions, Ohm region and non-linear Ohm region. Due to the complexity of composite material structure itself, until now, studies of charge transport behavior and properties were difficult. The advances in nonlinear conductivity experiments of new composite materials at home and abroad are summarized. Furthermore, the nonlinear conductivity mechanism of filler are analyzed. Many researchers suggest that the nonlinear conductivity behavior of composite materials is corresponding to the filler category. Silicon carbide and zinc oxide filler all have very famous nonlinear feature. At last, the two kinds of nonlinear conductivity theory, traditional dielectric conduction theory and polymer conduction theory, are introduced, and the limitations of every theory are analyzed. Thanks for watching.